Good evening. Welcome to the Division A final here from Brossard, Quebec, as we have no regard against Braves in a 1 versus 3 battle here. Braves 8-2 coming into the playoffs. No regard 6-4. Simon Dagenet, Terry Tam, welcome to the broadcast booth. Gentlemen, we dive into this game here. No one would have thunk it of a Braves no regard final. Let's start with you, Simon. What's the key for no regard to win this football game today?
No regard needs to score essentially on every drive. What they did against Con Artist on Tuesday here in Brossard was fantastic. They were able to score, get a few turnovers on defense. I think the key in this matchup is to put the pressure on Braves offense to keep up with them. And if they're able to do so, Ashtagan could use their emotions, the fact they're very loud, to get into Braves' head.
All right, Terry Tam, we look at the Braves, a team that has steamrolled through the competition of late. They outclassed the Outsiders by 20-plus points on Tuesday. What is their key to win this football game against no regard?
Just honestly keep their offense the way it goes. I mean, Mike Persin, do whatever you got to do down the middle, get open kind of thing. That offense always works. You can't go wrong with what they have. You have one of the best two-way players in the league in Jonathan Maher, with Jared Taylor probably the best receiver in the league, and Mike Persin probably the best snapper in the league. Overall, they're extremely athletic. They're extremely talented. There's no reason why they shouldn't win this game. If one mental mistake might be able to screw this up for them, and I think No Regard is able to do that with some chirping and maybe getting in their head with their confidence.
The storyline coming into this game was perhaps the lack of depth for the No Regard roster. It appears they have Theo Ojea back in the lineup. How much of a difference will that be, Simon? Because if there's no Theo because of his other commitments, this would have put No Regard really behind the 8 ball coming into this game.
Well, first of all, they're only 7, so without Theo, that means Corey Pecker's playing defense. He would be exhausted.
Nobody wants that.
Exactly, right. So we're looking at a Corey Pecker-less defense, which is a better defense. Theo is also their best two-way player. He's their best defensive player, their best defensive player. Without Theo, they're not the same team, but it's also the way the Ashtagan system works. They need everybody to be present. Everybody has a role, play their respective role. Theo plays a certain thing. Very difficult to compensate for when he's not there, but he's a huge key, but he's not the only thing that matters.
No Regard and Braves, they played twice during the regular season. Braves went 2-0. They won 50-20 last game and 32-28. And, of course, in the blowout win, which was a game of the week about a month ago, Jean Mayo had the line of the year. Game of the week, bro. Don't end the game yet. And here we go. We're going to continue this game with No Regard on offense. Corey Pecker's first pass, looking short left, caught by Ojea, tackled by Jared Taylor for a 2nd and 7 coming up.
So that's it's going to be a simple hook route to just get the ball rolling kind of thing. Corey Pecker likes to start slow and then maybe take a shot deep when he passes half field. But you look to that, maybe a nice shot to Kendall on the outside on the next one for sure.
Corey's the first one to mention that he has a very methodical offense. He just likes to grind the field slowly. He doesn't take a lot of shot deep.
Pecker rolling to the right, going deep. Ojea covered by Taylor, and it'll be 3rd down coming up here. Corey Pecker coming into this game had 38 touchdown passes during the regular season. In the playoffs last week against Connors, 5 TDs, 1 INT for 272, and right now he's gone to Theo Ojea not once but twice. What about Travis Moses or Jordan Moses, 2 key guys in this offense?
I know apparently nothing by saying he doesn't go deep often. The Moses brothers on the same side, it should be fun to see what's going to happen when they start doubling up on guys like Theo Ojea, because man-on-man coverage is very difficult to cover. When they start doubling him up, you should see guys like Jordan and Travis get open more.
4 referees for this Div A final. Pecker rolling to the right, short, low ball pass, and that is going to be caught by Travis Moses with 20:45 left here in this first half.
So I mean, looking at the rosters, you see the 2 rushers in this game are going to be Jean Payman. Most likely, it'll be Kendall Myers. Probably the 2 most useless positions in this game because Corey Pecker and Jonathan Maher like to get the ball off pretty quick.
Well, Jonathan Maher is also able to buy time when needs be. Right? There's always this 1 or 2 plays. Reminds me a bit of Dan Azara that way, where there's going to be 1 or 2 plays where he's going to scramble, buy time, and turn that 3rd or 4th down into something magical. Right?
Moses last week against Connors, 7 catches, 2 touchdowns. It's now 4th and a nose with 20:18 left in this first half. Pecker looking short, pumping, looking left, going over the middle. Incomplete, intended for Ojea. Jared Taylor there, and the hammer goes back to the Braves with 20 to go in this first half.
It's a key turnover for Braves. You saw that Corey Pecker looked for Jalen Granitson right off the bat on the slant, but Granitson didn't have his head turned right away, and Jonathan Maher closed in really quickly, which took away that pass. You try to go back to Theo Ojea on the slant, but that was not open, which now gives Braves a very good shot at scoring the first drive and going up a possession.
Jared Taylor led the team in yards with 534. 6 guys had 200-plus yards, so they can definitely spread that ball. And here's John Mayer with the first pass of the evening for him. Over the middle, Perezian with it. First down and more, and he will get tackled by Jalen Grandison, who had a great game against the Colin Artists last week.
I just don't see the matchups on NR side. I mean, as much as as good as they are, I mean, Jalen Grandison, you talk about the Moses brothers, were very underrated as well. And then you talk about Theo, great defensive players, but I don't know how they'll be able to match across the board with Sébastien Cressis Lozon. I always mess up his name.
Cressis Lozon, yeah.
And then you have Jared Taylor as well, Mike Persin, Mathieu Lepage. I mean, they don't really match up well. They got to really play a good zone defense, and we'll see what kind of the defensive captain Theo is going to do today.
You look at Corchin, who had 7 TDs during the regular season, the right wideout with 18:55 left. Maya running to the left, short caught, incomplete, as that was intended for Persin. It will be second and goal coming up for the Braves offense.
On the sidelines, last week on Tuesday, you and I, Mo, we discussed how Jalen Grandison's lining up at 12, 15 yards as a free safety, the way tackle football likes to do it. And we were talking about how that snapper should be open more, and it opens up. It's a very difficult thing to cover when you're playing 4-1 against guys like Jonathan Maher or even Dan Nazar. But we saw our defense was able to make quick fit last week. We'll see what they're able to do this week.
18:23 left in this first half. 2-by-2 formation for the Braves offense. Mayer looking left over the middle, deflect up in the air, caught by Taylor, and ricocheted off to no regard bodies. Theo J and Kendall Myers ran into Taylor's hands, and that should be a touchdown. 6-0 Braves.
See, that's a play that shouldn't happen on NR side. You got to be able to capitalize on the fact that they're in short zones and they're good short. And Theo and Jared on both sides of the ball. I'm gonna love that matchup today. Theo got a hand on that, tipped up, lucky catch for Jared Taylor, but nonetheless he was there to catch it.
We're looking at Div A final. These sort of plays where the ball is tipped up should not go against you. Like these are the kind of plays that NR needs to make a play on. If you want to be able to get a stop, these are the kind of plays that you need to make a stop on, right?
And they're going for 2, gentlemen. Do you agree with this? And here is Mayer. Dropping back is Taylor. He will go, and Cressis Lozon makes it 8-0, and already the no regard are a little bit of a hold, down by 8.
I mean, right now they get the ball back, right? They already started with the ball. They're down by 8. Let's see what Corey Pecker is able to do. But you know what? We saw last week they played against a really tough Con Artist team, and they're able to just run their offense. Corey Pecker has ice in his veins, man. I like him in the playoffs ahead of a lot of quarterbacks in this league, and we'll see what he can do. He has a lot of good talent on his team, and I would look at a guy like Jordan Moses to really blow up this game.
This is huge to me. Like, you're up by 8 already. You didn't even start with the ball. It's a big momentum swing.
Second drive now for Pecker. Rolling to the right, short pass caught by Travis Moses, and he'll be forced out by the defensive player of the year in Division A, Sébastien Simon, who had a great year for the Braves this season, in which he, honest to God, guys, I mean, he probably was the best one out of the bunch. 5 INTs, 3 pick sixes, 3 PDs, and 32 tackles.
When I talked to some of the guys on Braves, they were saying how Sébastien Simon brings a different energy to the team. He brings sort of an attitude. He's a very good football player, and he really elevated their defense to what it should have been all along.
Norgard looking for the rare double in the same calendar year, and here is Pecker down by 8. Short pass, Grandison incomplete. He bobbled that on the low pass, and so far, guys, in the first 4 or 5 passes, 2 of them have been low ball passes from Corey Pecker. Is that something to be worried about?
I think Julien Payman is just taking away the first read, which is usually a hook to the inside. He's taking away the first read, so Corey Pecker's had to go out to the outside. What I do like with the halves, what they're doing, is they're playing aggressive on those hooks. When you play aggressive on those hooks, it stops the quarterback from being able to throw the ball directly at the receiver.
I really like what I'm seeing from Julien Payman. We both know he's a very phenomenal rusher. He's playing well today.
11 sacks in the year. Short pass. Here is Jordan Moses. Makes 1 move, 2 moves. He makes 1 guy miss, and he's tackled by Simon, and that will be enough for a first down with 15:45 left.
Like we talked about, Julien Payman was a rusher that we talked about a lot back in the days when he used to play with the Buddies in the lower divisions, and he was a very impact player. And then
he's also a champion. Sorry to cut you off, Simon. Finish off.
Yeah, he was like a championship. He was an all-star rusher for quite some time. He almost won Defensive Player of the Year 1 year.
He was a champion for I forgot the team name, Blue Jerseys.
Yeah, that team.
I completely forgot what their team.
But
anyway, they won Division C a couple years ago.
That's a good team.
Yeah, you know that team that I'm talking about, Blue Jerseys.
15-13 left. Here's Corey Pecker. Theo Jett to the left slot. He'll go to him. Caught post play, and he'll post himself up and tackled by Mathieu Lepage, who was making the start today. Many thought he would not be here because of work commitments, but here he is out there.
JD Chevalier's on the bench, essentially most likely one of their best player on the team, arguably, but he's on the bench. He hasn't played yet. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's something's not getting him, if he's injured. But to see Matt Lepage on defense could be something Corey Pecker decides to pick on. He's also a very good two-way player, right? Like he's not a knock on defense.
Pecker looking right, caught, incomplete, touchdown. And you wonder if maybe they'll replay that, but of course,
I think that was a catch.
Travis
Oh,
Moses.
Head referee Leonard Gervais was right there looking at the whole thing. Good concentration by Travis Moses to be able to, even though it was bobbled, to still keep his eyes on the ball.
And
and
that's
make a play on
definitely a
it.
clean catch by Travis Moses. During the regular season, Moses had 11 touchdown grabs on 35 catches, and he opens up his account 8-6 lead. They'll go for one with 14:05 left in this first half. Theo J, the left slot back, Kendall Myers, who had the game-clinching touchdown against the Connors, the left wideout. Pecker looking to the left, pumping, middle. Granison caught 8-7 lead with 13:54 left.
It was such an adjustment for Corey Pecker to lose Serge Pilon at snapper after the winter season. Corey Pecker coming into this year, he wasn't sure about his roster. I remember having a conversation with him and I before the season started, and he thought that really they weren't going to do well. But when he told me his roster and he mentioned Jalen Grandison, I told him Jalen's a very good player. He's a big target, massive target with really good hands. NCAA athlete, exactly. And he has big hands. He's extremely smart. And honestly, I told him, don't underestimate your roster. Your roster is very good.
On this roster for the Braves, they have 6 players with three players with 6 titles. And here is Jean-Marie looking short, incomplete for Christy Lauzon on the no regard roster. 18 titles amongst the eligible roster players. So a big difference here of number of titles won in total. And you wonder if that might factor in for a no regard team looking to do the double.
Number of titles, you mean?
Yeah, in total.
Sorry, go ahead. Sam.
Well, Ash Aguilar has been in FPF for a very long time. Braves is still fairly a new team to FPF. They came in FPF, was it two winters ago?
It's Simon Dajin, the 4th all-time passing leader in FPF history.
Look at that.
Fourth all-time?
4th
Yeah.
all-time.
In picks?
No.
Your first all-time in picks.
And here's Lepage open again. Same play, and he'll get enough for a first down. Tackled by Jordan Moses. And, gentlemen, they ran this play on their first touchdown drive, and they ran the same play again.
So it's what we said before, and it's us. A lot of teams do this. For some reason, the 3 position plays way too deep. It's like they're scared of the deep ball. Jonathan Mayer isn't necessarily a deep ball quarterback. If you look at the amount of catches that Mike Pierce has throughout the season, you need to cover him. He doesn't get a route in the huddle. It's always just get open, find the zone,
hook, whatever.
yeah, hook,
Figure it
slant,
out.
whatever it is. They have such good chemistry together, and you have to be able to take that away. Kendall has a big part in this if he's able to take that away.
Not many snappers can do that with 12 minutes to go in this first half. Again, not many snappers can do
Okay,
that.
But
Terry.
I can, though.
Christy Lauzon, the left slot back. Mayer looking left. Going to Christy Lauzon. Caught up the sidelines, and he'll be forced out by Darius Gabolowski, and it will be close to a first down with 11:45 left.
So what you're saying, Terry, is you're able to bat snap every time.
He's done that in the playoffs. That cost him the
Ayo.
game.
You know, you do something once like 8 years ago, and it creeps up on you. It was like, I think it was like
Well,
4
It's
years
never
ago.
going to go away, Terry.
I recall the
What do you
performance you had in the playoffs this past spring with your Meta Mayhem team. Yes.
Mo, why don't you tell me about your performance this year? Oh yeah,
It was fantastic, actually.
Ayo.
I forgot about that. You were perfect this year.
Yeah, the iPad was perfect.
No, that's not true. I saw you drop balls on the sideline.
I
You
dropped the balls.
you actually messed up my stats once.
I don't mess up stats
Once?
except for yours. All right, here we go.
Lucky you.
8-7 lead with 11:10 left in this first half. Jean-Marie has the pass to his right. He's going to go to him through the hands of Matthew Lepage. Incomplete. Moses in on the coverage with 11:05 left.
I actually watched Travis on that entire play. What he did was he took away the inside route it was an in and out for Matthew Lepage. He took away right away, and it forced Jonathan Mayer to force it to the outside, not put it over the DB's head, and he tried to force it into Matthew Lepage, who normally is pretty sure-handed.
He is.
Very good receiver, but it was a good play by Travis to make sure the ball goes to the outside.
Well, like here is you talked about it. Since you talked about Mike Pierce and trying to take him away, I've been looking more on him, and he's been open ever since. Like his routes were very simple, but he's rolling with his quarterback, and it's something very difficult to cover.
McKendall's taking away those reads.
Still enough for a first down coming up for the Braves if they can hit it with 10:32 left. Mayer looking left, waiting, patient, and he'll zip that ball into the netting outside. And now it is 4th and 1. Gentlemen, how important? Do they go for the touchdown or do they go for the first down here?
I think you're able to play both at the same time. You could have 1 or 2 patterns that are playing the first down, and still attack the back of the end zone with like your first or second read. If you're at an NR defense, this is the very difficult thing to cover. You have to cover the end zone. You can't let them score, but you know if you give up the first down, you're also not helping yourself, right?
Simon Dagenet, Terry Tam here in the broadcast with Mo Khan, the Div 8 final with inside 10 to go. An 8-7 lead for the Braves. It's been a very slow, methodical drive for them. And here's the first down, and that is prevented by Travis Moses. Intended for
Great play.
Colchane, and it will go back to the no regard, and you can now sense the volcano erupting for no regard.
I like that, man. That was a great play by Travis. He could have had it, though. 3 years ago, Travis gets a pick six on that. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's lost a step. You get older, you kind of lose your steps here and there. Travis would have got that.
He's
pick.
only
But
25.
I don't think 3 years ago.
Yeah, but he also had a torn ACL. You know, he packed on a few with the Simon Terry Tam weight.
Torn ACL.
Yeah, he had a torn ligament a few years ago. That's
Oh.
why he's taking a couple years off.
I think.
Did I trust your word on this,
Yeah, you
Terry?
should trust. I mean, I don't know. My track record doesn't speak
Yeah,
for itself.
it's not really accurate sometimes, your track record. 9:13 left. Here is Pecker looking left. Going over the middle. Gradison. Real estate. Gradison first down. Around the corner he goes. And forced out by Jean-Marie and Sébastien Simon. And it'll be 9 to go inside the Braves territory.
So controversy here, okay. So the controversy is that even though he won Defensive Player of the Year, I think Sébastien Simon is the liability on defense on this team.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think that he won Defensive Player of the Year because he's an athletic player. He's very good. But I do think out of everybody on this roster on defense, he's the liability.
I disagree.
And he got a lot of opportunistic interceptions that he got this year from the games that I've seen. So I mean, I'm looking at that, and the matchup that I see with Travis against Jordan against Simon, I like that for no regard.
8:30 left in this first half. And now no regard looking to punch it in for the first lead of the evening. And with a 2-by-2 formation, Travis Moses the right slot. Becker looking towards Moses. And right away to answer the call, Sébastien Simon
Nice play.
towering over Jordan Moses for the
Nice
TD.
play on the simplest hook of all time.
I mean, you've
But
been
whatever.
calling Sébastien
Trying
Simon
to
out. but
downgrade the play here.
It looks like a lot of men, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like they're playing a lot of men. And Jordan Moses has 0 catches.
No, he has one. He had one big one down the middle earlier.
No, that's Trav. No,
No, that was Jordan.
are you sure?
Jordan had
Yeah.
a big catch,
He had a
yes.
big catch. Yeah.
Okay. So you're right. I'm wrong.
Thanks. We're both wrong, technically.
we both know nothing.
Shocker. Inside 8 to go with 7:52
No respect,
left
no respect.
in this first half. First and now second goal for the no regard offense. Theo J, the left slot back. We've not mentioned his name that much yet. And here he is as he will go over Jared Taylor, and he's hooked, and that will be enough. Now that will be for first down because of the extracurriculars from Jared Taylor on the neck of Theo J.
Surprised me how he managed to still get the flags, although his hand was over his head.
Yeah, so a lot of guys do. I mean, it's what you got to do. One ball in the hand, one ball on the flag kind of thing.
One ball in the hand, one ball on the flag.
One hand on the ball and one hand on the flag. And I've had a couple beers, you know, so it's a little sloppy. But at the end of the day,
Adult beverages.
at the end of the day, this is what you expect from the Division 1, Division A caliber.
Of course, you don't expect him to miss the flags just because.
OJ had 2 touchdowns against Con Artist for 101 yards, 9 catches with 7 to go. And now at the door of the end zone is no regard. Wild snap, short play, picked up, picked off. Clichy Lozon out of the end zone, and he'll be forced out of bounds. And a swing in momentum goes to the team in Forest Green as they prevent points.
If we see the replay on that, you'll see what Jonathan Mayer does is that he kind of makes himself big right before the play, and then he just bubbles out, takes away the first read to the snapper, and then Corey's forced to throw it over Jonathan Mayer's head, as you're going to see here.
This is
Right over Jonathan Mayer's head and right into Cassis Lozon's hands. And it was a beautiful play by
This is a
Jonathan Mayer.
very interesting turnout of events.
Yeah.
Braves got the stop on the first down on the first drive, scored. Ashtak and Art got the momentum back,
Mhm.
which is just lost.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's up to Braves to score.
It's two stops to one now for Braves.
Maya going deep. Taylor push off, and that ball will land in the blue end zone of the sidelines.
Talk about ducks. What time did the ducks?
Docs.org. This is a very interesting matchup for me. Jared Taylor against Tio Ojea.
Toyo.
This is a very interesting matchup. Across the board, Jared Taylor is potentially the best receiver on the field, but then so was Theo,
Theo,
the
yeah,
best
so
DB,
They're
right?
both interchangeable, right? Obviously, I think Theo is obviously a much better. I think he's a much better defender than defensor.
Defensor.
I sound like
nice.
Defender than Jared is. But this matchup by Theo on Jared as a receiver, I love it.
The speed makes it that none of them are just going to break the game open, right?
Yeah.
5:30 left here. Mayo walking out of the end zone. Pressure from Myers. He's going deep. Crochet open, and that is over the right hand. And Travis Moses was in on the coverage with 5:20 left here. He's surprised he's gone deep ball back-to-back plays, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that play was open. Jason Courchain had the corner beat. He had the range. The only problem is Jonathan Mayer is really inaccurate today.
Mm-hmm.
He's been missing. The one to Jared was not even catchable. This
was a
one to
duck.
Jason Courchain, who was open, by the way, was also uncatchable. His balls are not as well placed as we've known him to be, and this is something Braves are going to need to fix.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Jonathan Mayer, who's normally he's very accurate. I think it's what makes him so good. 55 touchdowns this year. You can't knock on that. 2 interceptions in Division A. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
8-7 lead. Inside 5. Middle. Christy Lozon skying up there for the first down and more. And that's tackled by Travis Moses with 4:40 left.
Sebastien Crézy-Lozon's size is ridiculous. As soon as he threw that ball, I was looking at it, I was like, this is way too high for anybody to catch. And Sebastien Crézy-Lozon boxed out Jalen Granderson, who's also not the smallest guy, and made that catch look like it was
good coverage.
easy.
It was the right coverage that you called. I mean, Jalen was sitting a little bit back, but he saw the post coming, so he kind of stepped up on it. But as he saw the ball in the air, he kind of saw green. He saw the ball, and he should have just went forward to knock the ball down as opposed to just making the tackle.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's what
tough when the guy is
It is.
as big as you are and he's boxing you
That's a
out,
very
right?
good
Like he
point,
uses his shoulder to his advantage.
Yeah.
4:05 left in this first half. 2x2. Lepage the right slot. Cochin the right wideout. Myers the rusher. Mayer looking left. Going end zone. Taylor with a spectacular grab. Touchdown. 14-7 lead with 3:52 left.
This is something we've seen against This is something we've seen against outsiders a lot earlier in the game, where when the corner started shooting underneath because Jared runs a lot of hooks, they just ran a straight go over top, and he puts the ball in the perfect spot for Jared to get it, but nobody else.
Yeah.
And if you see the catch,
Right
if
there.
there's a DB right there, he's not touching that ball.
Yeah.
Right? That's Jared's or nobody's. Does a perfectly placed ball on a very good route by Jared Taylor.
Going for 2 again.
3:28 left here, and with this being a 14-7 lead, this could be a 2-score lead for the Braves. They'll draw back Taylor down to the left side. Taylor's got all day. Ajay trying to attack him. Front in the end zone. LaPage will convert for the deuce.
I love that play.
And
This is huge. It's a 9-point lead.
That's
and
really
it's a
nice
2-score lead, gentlemen. And now the work is cut out for No Regard because we're at 3:05 left, boys, and the Braves will get the ball back to start off the second half. If they don't score now, this could be serious trouble for them.
It could be serious trouble for them. And like Simon said before, that pick was extremely important because imagine if NR had scored on that one. We talking 16-14. They get the ball back right before half. They score, get the ball back at half. Imagine they score, and Braves are coming back from a 2-score game.
Here's Pecker looking towards the left. Short pass. Theo Jao will try to avoid one, but he can't do so as Jared Taylor right there like a python, and he will gobble him up.
Just something we need to not underestimate is if Ashtagenar scores too quickly, let's say they score within the next 2 minutes, then they're giving Braves 6, 7, maybe 8 plays left, which, again, if they score, they basically nullifies
if you recall,
the,
Simon, in
Ashtagenar
the
scored.
game against Oceans 12, Norgard scored, and they gave Rainmakers 4 plays, and they were only up by 1. So you were absolutely right. They can definitely score if they want to. And right there, Moses with a quick slant in with the catch, tackled by Chrissy Lozon.
They need to score, don't get me wrong. If they don't score here, it's a huge knock. But if they score too quickly and they give Braves the opportunity to score back, it negates your score, right? If both teams score 7 points, then it's basically nothing happened.
And with 1:58 left here, no one's used their timeouts. Do you believe the Braves might use their timeouts to conserve time and get perhaps one more quality possession out of it, guys?
Out of this rhythm, I think the Braves just want to let the game flow and get those 5 plays before half. If they take timeouts, they might have too many plays.
Quick pass. Moses forced out by Chrissy Lozon with 1:41 left here. And now being efficient is Corey Pecker with the ball possession as he realizes that he can ill afford to not score and give them another possession, maybe 2 more touchdown drives in the next couple of plays.
So Theo, I don't want to say Theo was open on that play because he usually is open, but on that play, he did a nice little out route, and Jared kind of bit to the inside. I guess Theo had broke his ankle, but at the end of the day, Theo was open, and Corey didn't see it. But Corey's keeping it simple, and he's trying not to force the ball too deep because he knows what. Look at the defenders that you have right now. You see.
He also knows. I think from his body language, it looks like he's trying to slow the pace down. He doesn't want to give them 7 plays.
Pecker looking left. Hook. Caught by Ajay, tackled by Jared Taylor, and that is going to be the matchup on both sides of the football here, guys. Who's had the advantage so far today? Is it Jared Taylor or Theo Jao?
I think it's Jared. I mean, Theo, they're trying to get the ball into Theo's hands, which is the smart move. He's caught like 4 balls for like 5-yard hooks, where Jared's had a touchdown. He's had a big extra point. I mean, he's been more involved in the game than Theo has so far. So I give it to Jared so far. More.
Look at the only deep ball that Theo ran. Jared was step for step. I'm not saying Jared would have played that ball well, but I'm saying that the advantage is to Jared for the moment.
Inside 30 ticks. Here is Pecker rushing, and he'll throw it. And Jordan Moses with the catch. Simon with the tackle. And that will be 3rd down coming up with 22 seconds left. They might get off one more play before 5.
These jerseys are confusing me. I was looking at Theo, Jalen, they're all wearing black, and I turn around and Jordan's almost wearing white.
At the end of the day, this is what NR's done for the last couple of years. Because the rosters change so often that they don't really have enough jerseys to go around. But they should be consensus black.
If you look at Cano Myers, his jersey is 2 colors.
The original No Regard.
Yeah,
the original No Regard.
So if you're looking at the Moses brothers, it matches with Cano as a gray, but then the other guys are wearing black. So I'm very confused.
The reason why Travis doesn't wear that shirt Is for what I told you earlier. He put on the Simon and Terry Tam pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He doesn't fit in the shirt anymore?
I don't know. I don't think so because I haven't seen him wear it. But Jordan, I don't even know if he has it anymore, actually.
He does. I found it
does
for him.
Oh, you did?
I found Travis's jersey.
Oh, you found
yes.
I'm pretty sure Jordan fits in his jersey.
Jordan, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope so.
He hasn't put on a lot of weight.
Well,
All right.
Darius has the jersey, actually. He's on the sideline.
Oh, there you go.
All right, so with this being a 16-7 lead for the Braves, gentlemen, if No Regard does score, would you go for 2 to avoid the 2-possession
Go with
scenario
whatever
again?
you're comfortable with.
I go with 1 because it's a 2-score lead regardless how much you go for. You're not down by 8, you're down by 9. So if you go for 1 or you go for 2, you're still down afterwards. Go for what you're comfortable with. Try to get that 1 point in, and then you're going to have to play stopping that second 2-point convert. You're going to go for it again. Sorry.
Have you guys seen JD on the field? Yeah, JD should.
No, I think he's hurt. He hasn't stepped on the field yet.
Hey.
Remember, for this No Regard team, Moses, Travis that is, had the most yards, and Jordan right there with a big catch, Simone with the tackle. And Travis Moses had 454. 5 players had 265 or more here, so they can definitely spread the ball themselves. The question now for Corey Pecker, who is going to be the calling card? And let's not forget, guys, no Jeremy Anderson, who is probably the most surest hands on this team, as he's having fun to send the islands of Portugal.
Jeremy's texting me right now. He's trying to get the scores.
So looking at this, we talked about they shouldn't hurry the clock. Now they got 4 plays left. I don't care how quickly you score. You just need the score. You can't afford a turnover.
Here's Pecker, looking middle, back in the end zone. Ajaya, tiptoe touchdown.
Beautiful grab by Theo J on a nice route. Didn't have the clean release he wanted, but he still got there. And that was a very good catch by potentially the best receiver in FBF.
But not much you can do on that. He just kind of floats it over there. He sees that the DBs are kind of playing short, trying to get rid of those hooks, and Theo just back of the end zone. Nobody else is going to get that ball.
Jonathan Mary got caught trying to play the Jalen
Here's
Granderson
a
in the
replay,
front.
guys, right here. Theo J with the touchdown grab.
Yeah, he got caught kind of looking at Corey there.
Jonathan Mary was playing aggressive in the front, and he got caught in the back. You have to pick something, right?
Exactly.
Tap, tap. Now it's 16-13 to perhaps make it a 2-point lead. Pumping. Packer's got all day. Open. Myers snags that ball. And it's now a 16-14 lead with 3 plays left.
Sebastien Simon tackled himself.
Tackled himself. That's
pretty
funny.
good. That's pretty good. And that's something you see very often.
Kendall was sitting back there just waiting, I think, and Corey was a good read to kind of roll to the right to push Sebastien Simon a little bit to the outside, enough time to bring that ball in to the wide open Kendall in the back.
That one step made Julien Payman
Yeah.
move, and he got that. He got the rusher to move, and he bought time. This is something that we forget about Corey Pecker's mobility. He is an ex-NFL, NHL player.
NHL player.
Yeah, I mean
The skills don't really transfer. I will say that.
No, but you're still fast.
Right, you got to be
Still
quick. You got to think quick.
Yeah.
And with 3 plays left, they'll have to be very quick as the Braves. And Mayo looking deep middle. He's got Lepage open for a first down and more, and tackled by Ojea inside the no regard territory.
So that's something I wanted to talk about, is that you get those deep ins from the outsides there, because the 3 is playing so far deep, and that Mike Persin is taking away either the 2 or the 4 half. That those deep ends from the wide out, if that corner on that side is dropping deep, is going to be wide open every time, just like you saw in that play.
This is a huge play for Braves. They only have 3 plays, so you have to play conservative. If you give them more than half the field, now you're looking at they're about 10 yards away with 2 plays. Jonathan Murray is very comfortable taking 2 shots at the end zone here, and if Braves are able to score on this drive, they take back that 8-9 point lead.
That dominant.
Lepage had 6 touchdowns and 23 catches during the regular season. He's playing the right slot, and now down to 2 plays left. Mayo looking to perhaps cut it, and he goes to Persin, and that ball was blistering right over his head. And now we're down to 1 play, and this could definitely be a momentum-defining moment for No Regards defense if they can hold serve.
Mike Persin is not that tall.
You see Jonathan Murray's frustration.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
He had Mike Persin open on that pass. You could see he was frustrated with how he missed him by inches. That ball was high, but it wasn't that, right?
Yeah.
And the read was right. He had the play calling was good. It's just he missed the throw, and I think he's frustrated with himself.
Yeah.
1 play to go in this first half. Simon Dagenet, Terry Tam, Mo Kong here on the Div 8 final from Brossard, Quebec. Very humid, and you wonder if maybe that will factor in the second half, the humidity that was constant all throughout the course of the day. And here's Jean Mayer now, about 11 yards away from end zone. Looking left, rolling to the right. Mayer's trying to close him down. Going into the end zone, picked off, incomplete, dropped by Granderson. Had he held on, we're talking maybe a 20-16 lead for No Regard. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the halftime?
Jalen Granderson had the pick 6, and he dropped it. There was nobody playing that would have been able to. Jonathan Maurer was too close to the sidelines. He was not ready to keep up with somebody. It's a very interesting first half. 16-14 is less points than I would have figured out.
It's kind of where you want NR to be right now. As if NR, not starting with the starting with the ball. He threw a pick in the end zone. This is the not the perfect spot, but it's the best position that you could be. All things considered, it's the best position that they could be in right now. Braves start with the ball. That was an extremely huge stop that Jalen Granderson just had right there. So I mean, I like what's going into the second half. Maybe they can make an adjustment on offense, try and get Theo a little bit deeper, maybe some deep out routes, something like that, where Theo masters those deep ends that he does with Marco and the D boys. Then maybe you do that with him. I think that'd be good.
Yeah, that play that you're talking about, that PD from Jalen Granderson, it could have been more. Ends up being a very key play.
Exactly.
If Braves would have scored on this drive, they're up at least 22-14, starting with the ball. So you could be looking at a 12 to 16, 17 point difference.
Who has momentum? Is it Braves or is it No Regard in your mind?
I think NR. I think No Regard right now. They have the momentum. They have the momentum because of that stop. There hasn't been anybody that's taken over the game so far. You saw Braves start with a 8-0 lead. NR they stop NR. They start with an 8-0 lead. Then they stop. Then NR scores. Then they stop them. They're back and forth. Now you have 16-14. I think that whoever makes the last stop, that's where the momentum is going right now, and it's an extremely fun game to watch.
I think this is sorry, Mokan. I think this is going to show Braves' resilience moving forward. Is they got this knock on them. They couldn't score in the last few plays. NR played it perfectly, giving them not enough plays to actually score and go back in this game. Braves are starting offensively. If they're able to go back out there, score quickly, steal the momentum away from #NR, this is their game. This is their game to take away from #NR. But if they get stopped on this following drive, this could be huge.
If you read between the lines, Terry Tam, this is a man who's slightly nervous because he might have to pay up to Lance Daniel for that Madden 19 game.
Oh, really? That's what it is?
That's
what you bet?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were joking around.
No, I'm serious.
So if Braves win, he buys it for you?
Yeah. No, I'm getting a free cake.
Whoa, what kind of cake?
Well,
what's going to be on the cake? Sorry.
Well,
picture of me? Picture of Lance.
That's for Lance to figure out.
It's going to be 472, the amount of interceptions you've thrown.
Ayo.
Heyo.
400, really?
I don't know. I was kidding. I think it's under 400, but it's over.
I think it's just over 360.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, as we
it's too much.
Mono.
It's too much. Okay.
As we get ready for the second half here between #NR and the Braves, it is 16-14 lead for the Braves over #NR. Simon Dagenet, Terry Tam, Ocon here from Brossard, Quebec. The Div A final. Uncharacteristic, a little flip of the time chart here, as usually the Div A is always the last one of the season, but it's the smack dab in the eye of the hurricane of games that we have today on day one of competition, as now we get ready for the second half. 4 officials for this game in this matchup between the two Div A teams. How did they get here? Outsiders lost to Braves in the semifinal, and the Con Artists lost to the #NR, who beat them and Oceans 12 to get here themselves.
I like this new schedule matchup thing. We see a lot of these lower division teams looking at the Division A game. It feels more like it doesn't feel anymore like the main storyline of the finals.
Yeah.
But it also feels like it's very featured. We get more fans, more people involved, more people seeing the game. It's an interesting turnout.
Yeah, it's packed over here. All right, here we go. Second half about to begin between Simon, Terry, and Mokan as we get ready. Braves on offense. They hold a 2-point lead. If they do score, they could be up by 2 possessions once again. And with 22 minutes and 5 plays to go, we're that far away from finding out who will be the Div A championship. Jean-Marie has Chrissy Lazon, who was the first half force for this Braves offense. Looking left, he will go to the aforementioned name, and he's tackled by Theo Jaya. And right now, we see the power or the length of the No Regard defense of Jay and Granson on the left side of the offense for the Braves in the second half.
I'm surprised. Ken Meyer got really close to batting that down. Yeah. I think this is something to look for moving forward. I think he has a chance as a rusher to take away some of these plays.
There's going to be a sack from Kendall in this game at some point.
He could really take a momentum away from Braves.
Second and short. Meyer looking, and he almost got it open. Taylor, he's got real estate to work with down the sideline. Taylor makes 1 move, makes 2 moves, and he's tackled by Gablowski, and that will be enough for a first down with 21:15 left.
I really Jared feel Taylor, not pronouncing his name properly.
Jared Taylor with the FBF junior flags, the blue flags.
The blue flags, FBF. I would never fit in an FBF junior
I told him you're wearing FBF junior. He's like, no, those are green. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, FBF junior. I would never fit in those flags.
You would not. Neither would I.
I'm not a red belt yet, so it's good.
I'm also wearing my old yellow belt. So
my yellow belt still fits nice and tight, man. It's like it
still works. Still works.
It's a fitted fit.
Makes you feel good, huh, boys? All right, here we go.
The day after switch is the day after lose weight.
Exactly.
20:45 left here in the second half. Simon and Terry talk about weight structure
And cheesesteaks after.
That
Yes,
I look
sir.
forward to. All right, Mayer looking to the right. Pierre short. He'll go to him up the sideline, and he is close, and he's tackled at the lip of the goal line with 20-25 left.
I actually like this rule of the ball and the flag have to be in, because there's so many times where a guy catches the ball and he's outside the end zone and he kind of puts the ball out, and the ball's never into the end zone. So I like the rule.
It's weird as a tackle format
Yeah.
sort of thing to see that the ball's on in the end zone, but it's a touchdown.
That's
right?
it,
We're
exactly.
so used to these NFL rules where it's the ball, nothing else.
Yeah.
20:09 left in the second half. And right now the Braves are chomping away, and they are looking for 6 more points. And for the no regard, they had a chance to pick it off at the last play of the first half, but Jalen Granson dropped the ball. Maybe looked far ahead as opposed to securing the ball, and here they
Well,
are.
he still got the PD, right? He still got the stop.
Could have been 6 points right there, Simon.
Agreed.
Cochin, the right wideout. Mayer looking left, pumping, short, Piercin, and a rare miscue by the all-world snapper, and it will be.
All worlds never.
Yeah.
There's been a new world.
The all world or old world?
I heard
all world.
All
man.
world?
All
Yeah.
world. Oh, I heard
yeah?
old world.
I never heard about this all world. Are you the all world scorekeeper?
Well, you said it. I didn't say it. Second half here. 19:22 left in this second half. Simon Dagenet, Terry Tam, and it's now a 16-14 lead. A drop ball by the Braves, and now they're looking to perhaps punch it in on this next play. Chrissy Lauzon and Taylor to the left. Travis Moses, Theo J covering them very closely. You wonder if they're going to stick with them. And now here they go. Corner end zone, and that went right over the head of Matt Lepage as that ball may have been behind him on that throw.
What did I say at the beginning of the game, that the rushers are going to be the most useless position in this game? So far, Kendall has been probably the key to this defense, because he's made Jonathan Mayer make really bad throws.
So what you're saying is you were wrong.
I was wrong. I'm admitting to being wrong.
I think Kendall Myers is having a bigger
Well done,
impact
Terry.
than it looks like. I agree with you that from our perspective, if you're looking at this game, he doesn't seem to be doing much.
Yeah.
Like he's not getting sacks, not getting a lot of
But
PDs.
that's not what in this division. That's not what a good sacker does.
but
A
he-
good rusher does.
but he's getting a lot of pressure, and he's
Yeah.
getting these early release that if Jonathan Mayer had 0.5 more seconds,
Yeah.
that was a touchdown.
18:25 left. Very close. This could be a momentum shift. Maria looking left, pumping, open. Christy Lauzon will snap that ball into his hands. 22-14 with 18:14 left.
You can only do so much, right?
So this was the play that Mike Piercin dropped in the first on the second down. This was the exact same play where Theo was playing a little bit behind. They decided to go back to it, and Jonathan Mayer looked off Mike Piercin, made Theo move a little bit, and got Christy Lauzon in the back on the nice window.
At the beginning of the season, I spoke to, I think you and I were talking about this, but I wanted to tell you, I spoke to Corey, and he was not confident about this at all. He wanted to play in Division B, and when I told him the only team you have to get through is you hope not to play in the playoffs is the Braves,
Really?
and they're playing them in the
That's
finals.
interesting.
I told him, don't play the Braves, you'll be fine.
Going for two again. Taylor drops back. Piercin, great catch. 10-point lead for the Braves. And Simon Dagenet, emotional inside, knowing that he could be getting himself a free cake in about 1 hour's time.
Also not buying Lance Madden. Also, but to me, this is something great. I haven't seen Braves go for two this often in
3
games.
for 3.
But now it's a huge momentum shift for them. They're up by 10 points. It's something that we see in certain teams in the lower division. I don't know if you guys remember Coyotes used to do that. Coyotes.
Yeah.
And it's something that's very tough to. Sorry, thank you, Eagle. It's something very difficult to play against.
Here's Packer. He's got to work officially. He's going deep left corner. Jaya with the great catch out of bounds by Jared Taylor. But, gentlemen, they're 3 for 3 on 2-point converts. That's one touchdown right there that they scored.
I think Corey, listen to me. What did I say at halftime? Get Theo on those deep outs. Get Theo as a little bit intermediate routes. That was beautiful ball.
Jared Taylor is a very good receiver.
What I'm saying is I'm right.
But we saw it here when you were looking at double, triple moves by Theo Ojea.
Yeah.
He had him. Like if the play lasts long enough, Theo was going to beat him, and he did just here.
Mhm.
He had him earlier. The play developed a little bit more, and Theo was open on that deep out.
Yep.
And we've yet to mention Kendall Myers' name on offense. He's had one extra point for completed, but in terms of the official offensive stats, nothing yet. Pecker looking right, pumping middle, and Ojea watched closely like a glove by Jared Taylor.
That was a beautiful play by Jared Taylor, knowing that it was just a hook, stick to your guy, make sure that if he's going to catch it, put as much pressure as you can on him, just make the tackle easy. I love that matchup, man. Honestly, it's the best matchup I've seen in the Div A or Div 1 finals in a while.
Jess, do you sense this game is slowly getting away from no regard with this being a 10-point lead?
The problem is the converts. If Norgard has to score, but not only score, the problem is even if you keep up score for score, they're creating that gap with the converts. Ashley Gunnar is going to need to get a stop regardless of what they do with converts moving forward.
15:45 left. Pecker has Moses to the right, and he'll go to Travis, diving in for the touchdown. Yes, it is good, 24-20.
Throw it to only where the receiver can get it at that point, and that was a beautiful throw by Corey. Nice play by Travis to kind of roll, rumble, and tumble on the ground and make sure you get that in the end zone.
Huge play by Travis Moses, who hasn't really been a key receiver for Ashtagan in the recent years.
Yeah.
Corey Pecker uses him really well. I saw it in the semifinals. He throws weirdly low balls to Travis Moses. Like, he's always diving for them, but it's always 10, 15, 17, 20 yards. This one was about a 15-yard pass. It was low, but Travis always gets those.
Travis is a sure-handed kind of guy.
Inside 15 to go in this second half. Back in the game is Beauregard. They're down by 4, looking for the 2-point convert to make it a deuce. And here is Pecker looking right, pumping back foot, caught by Moses. Easy stroll into the end zone. And it's now a 24-22 lead. And the arrow goes back towards Braves and whether or not they can respond with their own touchdown.
If I'm Corey Pecker, I'm very confident in what we've been doing. Their offense is driving the field. They're scoring. They're able to keep up convert-wise. 24-22 is a comfortable score. Now the pressure's back on Ashtaganar's defense to create a turnover, get the stop, and give Corey Pecker an opportunity to take the lead, right?
14-22 left. And now Jean Maillot back in the pivot position with Matthew Lepage, the right slot, Cochane, the right to wide out. Maillot looking right, going deep. Cochane against Moses. 40 bomb.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm like Nostradamus. I was just about to say, watch a deep ball to Jason Momoa. You were talking.
Well, you had him earlier, right? But he missed
exactly,
him.
Yeah.
Well, I am describing the play, Terry.
Sorry, man. I apologize. That's why I don't want to cut you off. You're such a good job at doing it.
Job.
But honestly, to say that Jason is a very underrated player, we don't really talk about him too much. Jordan is one of the fastest guys in the league. He's very shifty, right? He's able to catch up. And for him Jonathan Mayer noticed that Jordan was looking at him, and he's like, I'm just going to put this as far as I can. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch by Jason, and they take a dominant lead again.
This
8-point lead, guys.
This is a huge momentum shift for Braves. We're talking about, are they going to be able to score again? Ashtagan needs to stop. Now, if they get this convert again, we're looking at another 10-point gap, and the pressure's back on Corey Pecker.
It is a 1 full score lead. Taylor drops left, pumping left. Mayer going to Taylor, and that could have been a fantastic play.
That's a cool play.
However, it did not work out as that ball was zipped in with too much mustard, and now Corey Pecker goes back on offense with a chance to score and tie with 13:05 left in this second half.
That's a cool play. I like that.
Considering where Jared Taylor was when he almost caught that ball, where Tio was, that couldn't hurt.
It could have ended horribly.
Like, I mean, if he catches that ball and Tio's not moving, he's getting run into.
But it would still count as an extra point, so Jared gets the points on that.
Inside 13, here's Pecker. Going to the sideline, Myers makes his first catch. Around Lepage, not for the first down and more, and he's tackled by Chrissy Lozon with 12:44 left.
You talked about it. Kendall Myers hasn't really been involved in the offense so far. He's been staying quiet underneath. I think this is something we're going to look into. They're focusing more on Theo Ojea, trying to take him away. They can't afford to let him have these 25 yards out, right? So by doing that, you enable the guy underneath who's just sitting, and we're going to see a bigger impact by Kendall Myers in the second half.
I think so too. He's always the second half kind of guy to maybe score a touchdown late to put the team into good momentum.
12:13 left. Down by 8. There's no regard. Granson readjusting his belt to make him look more appropriate. Moses Brothers to the right. Ajay the left slot back. Pecker looking right. Short pass. Travis Moses up ahead. Tackled by Sebastien Simon with inside 12 to go.
The tackle machine, Sebastien Simon. I mean, deep hook on the outside. Obviously, Sebastien Christis-Lozon was dropping deep, so that hook was wide open. Honestly, just Corey keeping it simple the second half. We haven't really seen him force anything. Every play has been working for him. He's been on fire, and I love the way that he looks at Travis, man. Travis is his go-to.
He doesn't need to force it, right? Like, what he's been doing has been working so far. So
11:35 left in the second half. Pecker looking left. Ojea open up the sideline, pivot, jab move, and spin move, and he's tackled by Simone as he got around Jared Taylor, and that should be close to a first down. It is indeed a first down.
Another interesting pattern. You see Theo Ojea, who's most likely the number one guy on that side, being forgotten on a quick out to the outside. It's going to be interesting to see what Corey Pecker does now in the red zone. We remember that last trip to the end zone in the first half that got intercepted off a deflected pass. Another pick here could be a game changer.
Inside 11 to go, and this could be a defining moment in this chapter between Beauregard and the Braves. Braves looking to go 3-0 against Beauregard. Pecker looking left, slant, Myers tackled by Taylor, And you saw from Pecker's visual point that he was looking at Myers from the get-go.
Yeah, from the right away, he knew that slant was coming in. Just pull the halves away, pull the three spot away as well. And Kendall should have had an easy walk, but Jared quick to realize what it was, an athletic play just to make the tackle.
It was smart to see Jared Taylor was lining up so closely to Theo Ojea that you knew he was going to drop back with that play. And that's exactly what he wanted, and got exactly what he should have had.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Could this be a 2-point lead? We'll find out now. Pecker looking left, in and out, caught, flag, touchdown.
Theo Ojea, first of all, very good route runner, but also if the ball's thrown anywhere close to him, you know he's going to get it. Jared Taylor couldn't have played that ball better. It was all over Theo, but
Got a penalty as well on it.
it was all over him, but the ball's right there.
That's what you have to do on Theo, man. You're not going to get much, you know what I mean? And Theo, even though he's played 5 games, he has the same productivity as Travis and Jordan this season. He's only played 5 games, but if you look at his pace, he has the same amount of touchdowns, same amount of catches as Travis and Jordan.
Well, actually, the yards are off, Terry Tam. If you were to project the yards.
I'm talking about catches and touchdowns. Thanks. I didn't say anything about yards.
I'm just
I appreciate
saying
it though.
Yards are key, right? I mean, just letting you know. Anyway, Terry,
Are they really? When we just have to
you
score.
show up to the last game of the year, where were you the first 13 weeks? And here's Pecker, who showed up to every game this year from the playoffs. And that is well defended by the defensive player of the year, and Sebastian Simon.
Probably the
play.
worst player on this on defense
He
on this
is.
team.
He
Makes
is
another
the
key play.
liability. Is he a bad defender? Absolutely not. But is he the liability? I think so.
That was
And
another
I
key
think
play
that
by
Corey
him.
Pecker has noticed it as well because he keeps on going to him.
Janice, we're inside 9 minutes. How many more possessions do we have left in this ballgame?
2 each.
3
each.
Three
each.
total.
I say
3 total. You say
2 each.
so 4 total threes.
Yeah.
So
Unless Braves scored really quickly here, they could take 5 or 6 minutes off this clock.
I think that Braves will kill the clock and then Norgard's going to score deep on the next play.
Yeah.
when they get the
8:43
drive.
left, gentlemen. We'll find out now. Maya looking right, pumping middle. Chrissy Lozano open as he sliced and surgically went through the 2 safeties of the no regard. Enough for a first down and more.
I know nothing.
Not known for his
I know
speed, but when he played with
Ducks.
No, not the Ducks.
BYOB?
BYOB in the Division 2 this winter. Didn't he win 2-way player of the year, receiver of the year?
Sebastian, no, it did not.
He was,
was
but he was
close.
up there. He
Yeah.
was up there. Yeah. He's not known for his speed, but he's got really good hands and he knows how to box people out.
His size
when
is
when
huge.
voters vote for themselves in the All-Star game, you know it's rigged.
Who would do that, Mo?
I don't know who would do that.
Exactly.
You know, Terry.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm right next to him.
Well deserved. All right, inside 8 to go for the 4th all-time leading passer in FPF history. Jean-Marie, who could probably catch up to Simon in one season, looking to the left.
In a
Going
one
short, Cassie Lozano, tippy-toe, up ahead, and he's pushed out with 2 yards to go inside the red zone.
It's funny because when you look at Sebastien Crizolozon as a player on the field, he's not the most threatening player. Like, he doesn't seem to be like the best route runner.
Why, is it
the fastest guy?
Is it his teal bandana? Is that what it is? Is it throwing you off?
But like, if you talk to people, they're not afraid of him.
No.
But
Because
then,
they don't know. He's not a
but
big
then-
name, right?
but then he drops 100 yards on
Oh,
you and like
man.
2 touchdowns,
No, he's nasty.
and he got a pick too.
He's nasty.
He's
He's up there for me. Honestly, I was talking to Holloway about him, and last year, and, honestly, he's a very good receiver.
Could help Meta Mayhem. All right, here we go. Jean-Marie now. It's his a nose for the first
We're
down
gonna
with
change the name for
7:13 left.
Meta Mohem.
Short pass caught by Cochane. Touchdown.
beautiful catch by Jason Cochran.
What a catch!
He
man.
got the catch, turned his body, and managed to drag both feet. Honestly, if I would try that 100 times, I would get it 0 times.
And now with
I can do
inside
that.
7 to go, gentlemen, I would expect another 2-point attempt. And here's a replay on our screen.
I gotta see that catch. It was beautiful. Oh, nice angle. Salut. Hey.
Salut la visite.
Salut la visite. That's
Do you
beautiful.
go for 2 again, or do you go for 1 to make it a 9-point difference?
I mean, go whatever you're comfortable with. You've been going for 2 all game. Might as well go for 2 again.
Yeah, but if you go for 1, you get 9-point difference. You get the 2-score lead. It could be easy.
But if you're comfortable going for 2, then why not go for
Well,
2?
they're going for 2, gentlemen.
we know nothing.
We know absolutely nothing. Why are we here?
Shocker. I can do this by myself, guys. All right, here we go.
I'm
Maya looking. Avoids Myers. Going middle. 10-point lead for the Braves with 6:23 left, gentlemen.
This is huge. Honestly,
Those 2 points are killing him.
to see Kendall Myers could have made a big difference here with that sack. He just missed him. Jonathan Murray did not really move. It felt more like Kendall actually missed him,
Yeah.
and but just enough time to find the open receiver on his probably 3rd read, and this changes everything for Braves.
Terry, is this drive the defining moment for no regard?
Absolutely. Like I was saying before, I think that they're going to try and take a shot deep and maybe score because they do see something. I do think that Corey sees a deep ball here.
Inside 6. Pecker looking. cocking, locking, throwing. Moses! And it was over his head by a couple yards.
I like that.
Am I in the huddle or like what's going on here?
I like that matchup right there. I like
Yeah,
Travis Moses across the field. He did have Sébastien Crécy beat on that ball. The only thing is it was a bit too far ahead.
Let's call him Crisis.
But I prefer Crisis.
That's his
But
name.
I prefer him placing that ball there than making a risky throw.
Of course, yeah.
It's first down.
I will
No,
say
you
this,
throw it
Terry.
the only way your receiver could have got it. Travis was just a little bit too slow on it.
Travis or nobody, and you get a second down. You're still marching. It's fine.
If you're in the huddle, man, you're calling a terrible game for Norgard's offense. Just letting you know. All right, here we go. 5:15 left. Here's Pecker looking to the right, short pass to Travis or Jordan Moses. That is tackled by Chrissy Lozon with 5:10 left.
I think Ashtagar needs to hurry up a little bit more. There's 5 minutes left in this game, and they're down 2 possessions. So you need to consider you need 3 more drives in this game, essentially.
2 more scores.
Well, you need 3 drives if you get a stop. If you don't get a stop, you need like 5
exactly.
drives. You need to hurry up because if you give them 2 minutes with the ball, they might kill the clock just enough for you to never get the ball back.
4:48 left, third down. Pecker looking left, looking to go deep. He pumps and he's sacked. Paymo comes through with a big sack, 11 during the regular season, and that may have been his biggest one this yet.
I'm gonna say that was a coverage sack because Corey thought that he saw something and he's like, let me break it and throw it. And as he tried to break Julien Payement, did not work out. Honestly, that was a huge play.
What I loved about this, you're entirely right. There was a coverage sack, but Julien Payement closed in so fast.
So fast, yeah.
And he knew he had to make an impact. He needed to create something. So he decided to go full speed, no breakdown. And if he misses him, too bad.
Timeout call on the field with 4:17 left. 4th down, gentlemen. And now this is where it's at.
Third down, no?
It's 4th down now. So with this,
Sorry, you're right.
with this now on the cusp of breaking open, if Norgard can't convert, is this game all but wrapped up?
I think so too. Maybe honestly, a wheel right now would work on that side. On that,
I wouldn't
on
say the
weak
game's
side, I would
over
say.
if they get a stop because there's still 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
Right? This game has been very fast-paced in the second half. First half was a bit slower. Second half has been very fast-paced. It wouldn't be over, but this could be huge for
You
Braves.
got to get a stop, and Kendall's got to make a stop on the next play if they stop them right now.
If they stop him right now, if Braves score, it's over.
That's it, exactly. Honestly, I'm looking at a wheel. If that wheel happens on that side, Jordan's going to be wide open.
Thanks. All right, 4:20 left.
Tell you, it's going to happen right now.
Early movement. Pecker will get that high snap. Looking down the right sideline. Deep play caught by Moses. And
Or a
that'll be
deep
enough for a first down. And a huge play to keep the lifeline going for the Norgard offense.
It's a big mistake by Sébastien Crécy-Lozon. He should have been aware of what the first down is and play the first down more aggressively. If he lets him blow right by him, he needs to be aware that there's a safety over top. If he can't give away a 4th down comeback like that.
Well, with 3:45 left in this second half, very casual approach by Norgard in this drive, and they need to get points quickly so they can preserve time. Pecker going left and caught by Ajaya, and right away wrapping up the tackle is Jared Taylor with 3:35 left.
If that ball's not placed perfectly low to his right-hand side, that's a pick by Jared Taylor. He knows it. He played it perfectly. Great ball placement by Corey Pecker.
3:25 left now, and is this a shot now, Terry, to go end zone for
I think so.
Norgard?
I think you have to. But honestly, I'm looking at maybe a little distraction with Theo and Kendall over the top. He loves to throw that kind of fade to the outside in the back of the end zone here.
We'll see
to
if Kendall
Kendall.
can secure it. Looking deep all day. Duck ball. Simon with a better play as Jordan Moses was right there and made the prevention of 6 points.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to look at you guys right now.
To me, this is a big play. This is something the Moses have been known for, Travis and Jordan.
Biggest piece of sun.
This is something that they do really well. Is if the ball is not thrown necessarily to them, they're very aggressive and they'll protect their quarterback. Like they'll play that. That was a PD by Jordan Moses, essentially.
Exactly, yeah.
And
Or a drop.
yeah, but that's
by-
essentially
by
a PD. Yeah,
Sebastian.
that's
But
essentially a PD by him.
2:35
Yeah,
left,
sure.
gentlemen. They need to work quicker than this with 2:34 left. Pecker licking left, going deep right corner, and that is incomplete. Chrissy Lozon crocheting in on the coverage on Travis Moses with 2:25 left, and now it's 4th down once again, and this is do or die for Norgard.
Both those plays I would say were there, but those were 2 terrible balls that Corey threw. I don't know what's going on, but those were terrible. That one should have been a touchdown.
It's also a very difficult ball to place. Like it's not the easiest of throw to make.
You're
The
right.
guys crossing,
But he
going
came
across
out like
the
a
field.
duck.
As soon as you see, because the read is made when they're like hip to hip, so it's difficult to know, are you putting it over the top or are you putting it across?
That's it.
And it's tough to read and tough for Travis to adjust to the ball too.
Inside
point.
2 to go. Pecker, 2 steps to the right, middle, caught by Ajaya. First down or more, and tackled by Simon, and that could be a big play, guys, because that takes up more time off the clock, preventing the touchdown.
To me, that was a huge tackle by potentially the worst defender according to Terry Tam.
Potentially.
If he doesn't get that tackle, they score, and then Braves have a minute 40 with the left.
And you call a timeout, right? But now you kill off more seconds with Norgard still on
Stegenaar
offense.
only has one timeout left remaining, correct?
That is correct.
So you're looking at not a lot of time, down by 10 points. They need to score quick, and you only have one timeout. This is a great position for Braves.
And Braves now not in any hurry with 1:18 left. Pecker looking left, waiting, middle, caught, touchdown, Jordan Moses. And now with this being a 38-20-34 lead, do you go for 2 points or do you say, you know what?
You decline.
Decline it.
Don't take the convert. You need the time. You're down by the convert's not going to change anything. There was a beautiful catch by Jordan Moses. You saw that Sebastien Crisolozon tried to bat that ball out of his hands. Strong hands by Jordan not to drop that one. Very smart play offensively. Good read. Good
So
ball.
they do decline indeed with 48 seconds left in this ball game. And Mike Pierson will bring in the water bottle. Something that it has been a humid afternoon here in Brossard. 35 seconds left here. Jean-Marie will be calling a timeout at any moment now, and he will, as we speak, with 26 seconds left. Smart play, gentlemen, to kill off more seconds.
Yes, I think that's what they need to do. You kill the clock. Braves are looking. They're looking at 50, 45 seconds. Essentially 7 to 8 plays. If they get a first down, this game is practically over. If they score, this game's over. Do you take a shot deep right here? Take them.
You have to take a shot deep right away.
26.6 left for the Braves. Keyshawn Thompson here in attendance right now to our right over there as he's watching closely. The former.
Let's not forget here. There's a spread of 7.5.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So if
And for those of you who made your picks, and so far you've gotten Party Mix and BD Bandits correct,
yeah,
and then you would be 3-0 after this game if you were to get the spread.
4-point lead. Can Norgard somehow dig deep and get themselves a turnover that can go for points? Or will this be a Braves championship in 26.6 seconds with 5 plays to go?
honestly, considering the clock, considering the momentum and the feeling of this game, this is very far from over.
And away is Pierson with Lapage. Chrissy Lozon tailored the wide out to the left. Mayer looking, rolling to the right. He's going to take off around Myers, and Granderson with the tackle with 20 seconds left here, and the clock will tick down to 5 plays.
First run of the game for Mayer.
I love this decision. He was looking for Mike Pierson.
Yeah.
He knew the guy was shooting underneath. Why take the risk? He took off, got 5 yards, killing clock. This is a veteran decision.
Yep.
And now we will. The first down, unless they call it officially 5 plays, this should be 1 play left before 5, I believe.
This is 6 plays. Yeah.
If
6
Braves
plays.
call if Braves call timeout here, it's 5 plays.
Yep.
I don't think they know that though.
They don't know that at all. And here is Mayer looking left, short play, picked off, almost picked off, and caught by Chris Lozon as Jalen Granson was right there, had his hand on that ball.
Now it's 5 plays.
And that was 5 plays, but gentlemen, still alive is #NR.
All they need is a first down right now. Game's over.
Exactly how we saw it earlier in the game with that tip ball in front of the end zone that turned into a touchdown for Jared Taylor. That was exactly it. This is the kind of plays where if it's deflected, it should go. This is the kind of plays that #NR needs to make defensively. It's not their fault. Like Jalen played it well, got it deflected. Braves just got lucky.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, the Braves right now, they just haven't really made any major mistakes, where NR have made one big mistake, which was that touch. That pick.
Two. That pick. Well, the pick was deflected, but the first one was the turnover on downs on the first drive.
Yeah.
Right.
1st and 10 inside the Norgard territory, and 1 play away from winning the Div A title is the Braves. Looking left. Pressure, short, Pierson, and that will be close. It will be 7 yards on the play, and now it is a manageable 2nd and 3 coming up for the Braves.
In this situation, your 2nd and 3 with 4 plays left, this could be an ideal situation for you to run. Right? If he's able to beat Kendall Myers again and run for a few yards, this could turn the tide in Braves' favor and get them a championship.
And the look on Corey Pecker's body expression says it all, as he knows this is out of his control.
It's not just out of your control. It looks very grim.
Yeah.
Even if you don't get a turnover, if you killed 3 plays, you're giving #NR 1 play from their 10.
On their deathbed, or #NoRegard. And here is looking left, rolling to the right by Myers. 1 play to beat, and that is the Div A championship.
No, it's not.
It is indeed now.
Now it is. Oh, if he scored.
That's the spread. But he didn't score, so it's not the spread. So it's very interesting. Is he going to call them out? Because he was pushed out of
Well,
bounds.
no matter what, it's
Either way,
two-score lead.
either way, it's 2 scores games, guys. That's what I was looking at.
Well, either way, even if
Yeah.
he does score, the game's over. No,
Because if he's
there's 3 plays left.
it's
They
true.
call
Either
the
way,
game.
yeah, exactly. They call
Game
it.
over. Braves
Game
are your
over.
Div A championship.
Did they call a touchdown?
They called game over.
Did they call a touchdown though?
Nope.
I don't see any signals.
So they didn't cover the spread.
Sorry,
I
Ray.
was right on this one. I took
Sorry,
NR,
a lot of people.
I took NR with the points.
Simon Dagenet, congrats on your cake.
Thank you. I feel very relieved. Thank you, Braves.
Where is she?
Mike
Sure.
Pierson told me like week 8. He told me we're gonna win this championship.
Yeah.
And then last week when they beat Outsiders, he looked at me. He's like, "Can't we get some of this cake?" I said, "If you win, you'll get some of the cake."
So, like I was saying earlier, Corey Pecker was very low on his team coming in, and he said we have a chance of getting Theo. I said if you get Theo, that's going to help you guys a lot. But don't look at this division. I told him I read off some of the teams. I don't think he had known at that point who was in the division, and I said you guys are good. All you got to do is just make the playoffs and then not play the Braves in the first round, and then you guys will make the finals.
Listen,
No joke, and that's what I told him. And I think a conversation you had with him as well at the beginning of the year, he wasn't really confident coming to the season. But kudos to NR for making it this far with a weak roster. Got a lot of guys in and out. Jeremy playing all year, not being able to finish the year with them. I mean, but congrats to the Braves right now. Honestly, one of the better teams I've seen in FPF in a while.
Well, when you factor in that they were trying to complete a rare feat of winning a winter and spring title in the same calendar, not often has been done.
Yeah.
And for them to do it in Div 2 and then Div A, commendable effort for No Regard to be at this point, but unfortunately came up too little, too late.
Absolutely.
listen to me to see Ashlag and our first. I'll move up to Division A for the first time
Mhm.
ever after winning the Division 2 title. They moved up. They were very competitive this season. Every game, pretty much all their games except the ones where Corey wasn't present, was close.
So,
This was a very good season for Ashlag and our, regardless of the score today. Just the fact that they made the finals, to me, is commendable. I'm very impressed with what Ashlag and I were able to do all around.
so Jonathan Mayer is MVP, I assume? So
Massimo might be my guy.
Seb Simon?
Jonathan Mayer won already. That's why it's
But in
picture
our
on the screen.
hearts, it's
Well,
Seb
the-
Simon.
In our hearts, it's JD Chevalier who
So,
dressed
gents,
up as if he was going to play and
Showed
did
up.
not.
Forecast before we go to the post-game interview. Where do you forecast the Braves also being Div 1, but
Yeah.
No Regard? What is the question for them? Are they going
I
to be ask themselves Div 2 or Div 1?
I think they have to go to Div 1 at this point, but with a couple additions. I don't think Theo would play with them in Division 1, obviously, because he has his team.
Marco and
Yeah,
those.
with Marco and those guys. But if they're able to add like a couple good receivers, which there's a lot in the league that nobody really knows about, and I don't think Sébastien Chrissy-Lozon plays on a Division 1 team. I don't think he'll be playing with the Braves because they have their roster in the winter normally. So maybe he's an addition that they can make on the team.
I
One
think-
thing's for sure, they won't be calling you Terry Tam.
Oh, 100%. And I would refuse the call even if they did.
Sure. I'm sure you
So
would.
at the end of the day, kudos to the Braves for winning. Jonathan Mayer, one of the better two-way players in this league. I think he's top 5 for me, man. I put him up there with Theo, Alexander Pius, and those guys, and Nicolas Sonohan.
They have now won a Div 2 title in winter 2017 and now a Div A spring title. And now we'll go down to the interview booth with Peasy and Jean-Maël. And
It's actually going to
appears-
be Marc-André Delaurier. Is that his name?
Yes.
Marc-André. I was going to say François, but that's the
Yeah,
player.
I think what Braves are able to do with this roster this season is remarkable. I think it's going to be a great season for them in Division 1. They're still learning a little bit the ropes and how things are going down. But I really like what the Braves were able to do this season. And moving forward, it's very positive for them.
All right, here we go. Marc-André Delaurier, take it away.
Donc, félicitations pour cette belle victoire. Quelles sont tes premières impressions?
Grosse game, plus serré qu'on aurait pensé. Honnêtement, c'était bien parti, puis ça se resserrait après. Gros jeu de Seb Chrissy-Lozon pour l'interception en fin de première demi dans notre end zone. Ça a tourné la game, ça.
Fait que tu crois que ça a été le point tournant dans la première demi, ce jeu-là?
Ouais, le point tournant dans la game, hein, parce qu'ils venaient de nous arrêter, puis on les a interceptés dans notre. Il était rendu à la ligne de 2, je pense. Fait que ça a été un gros jeu, man, gros jeu.
Puis après toi, à part ta belle performance, félicitations pour ton heure individuelle, quel joueur que tu mettrais à égalité avec toi pour le joueur du match?
Je dirais que ça a été un gros effort d'équipe, mais juste à cause du gros interception qu'il a fait, j'irais avec Seb Lozon. Même en demi-finale, il nous a fait un gros pick-six contre Kev Wyatt. Donc, il a joué des grosses playoffs pour nous. Fait que j'irais avec Seb Lozon, mais c'est un gros effort de toute l'équipe.
Puis aussi, j'ai remarqué au cours de la game, votre rusher, il a fait une méchante belle job là, pour ça a donné à la défensive beaucoup de temps pour effectuer des jeux. Tes impressions là-dessus?
Julien, c'est un gars qui est un peu. Il travaille dans l'ombre, mais toute l'année, il a mis de la pression sur les QB, puis Puis je pense que c'est lui qui a fini avec le plus de sacs de toute façon, mais souvent le monde ne passe pas à lui, mais ils mettent beaucoup de pression. Le carrière n'a pas beaucoup de temps pour lancer, puis ça paraît, ça nous donne des interceptions à nous autres. On paraît bien grâce à lui souvent.
Oui, exact. Il a même sorti un peu le carrière adverse un peu de sa game à un moment donné. Là, fait que ça a été. En tout cas, un gros merci encore et félicitations pour ce championnat.
Merci à toi. Là.
Thank you very much. And to wrap it up, a big thank you to everyone who watched the Div A podcast this season. Terry Tam, Simon Dagenet. Braves win this game 38-34 over #NR. And now we look forward to the Fall Cup. Perhaps both teams will be in it. If not for the winter season, definitely in 4 months' time. So on behalf of everybody here, Simon, Terry, great job by you boys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, guys. It was fun.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's it here for the Div A final. Thank you to Terry and Simon, and on behalf of the entire staff here, and a big thank you to Rob Capana, the Braves behind this project. We wish you a good evening. Bye for now.